Welcome to the Ports Garrison. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.
Greetings and welcome to the Poets Garrison. I am Phil the Poet, sometimes called PD Poet. Today, I'm starting a new series called The Week as I Saw It, where I give my own take, my own personal spin on topical issues pertaining to Jamaica. I will look at items in news, sports, entertainment, and generally any issues occupying the minds of my people. Since today is the start of week 4 of 2023, this review will be called The Year So Far. And it will basically look at the first 3 weeks of 2023. So rock back, get comfy, tell your friends to do likewise, and let's go. Ready? Let's go. Now, where do I begin? I guess it's the most topical issue consuming the minds and thoughts of my people right now. And that must be an easy guess to know that it is the SSL and Usain Bolt's money. If you have lost all contact with the media and have no idea what I'm talking about, let me update you. SSL stands for Stocks and Securities Limited, an investment brokerage firm in Jamaica. On their website, which ironically is still up and running, it says our mission is to create investment portfolios for every Jamaican and build the Jamaican financial dream. Not a nightmare, a dream. It's a stock brokerage firm that was supposed to provide financial advice, investment management services, wealth management, etc. to its clients. SSL was previously known as Paul Chen Young and Company, or Paul Chen Young and Associates. And if you're old enough, you will remember back in the 80s, the history of that company, and you know where it went and what happened, right? So SSL is coming from Paul Chen Young and Associates, and their past is not glorious. Now it came to light recently that over $12 million of Usain Bolt's retirement funds has gone missing from the company. According to dancehall artist Gage in his new song, they took Bolt's money and Bolt. Now Bolt is a famous Jamaican. Now people know him, well known. People now will take nothing negative towards him. So the public is totally behind him to get his monies back. So whatever we have to do, if it's possible, we have to do. Now, it's not only Bolt's money that has gone missing. Lots of Jamaican. The lady who is said to be the perpetrator has given a list of 30 odd names, and it didn't include Bolt's name. Maybe the account was not in his name, I don't know. But since Bolt is internationally known, this issue will be tagged with his name until it is resolved. Now, over the last 2 weeks, I made 3 trips to the neurologist. He's a Chinese doctor. And he has a mask on, and I can hardly hear him with his accent. But all he talks about once he discovered that I am from Jamaica, he was Bolt. That's all he spoke about, Bolt and athletics in Jamaica and running. So, the world is watching Jamaica. Make sure we recover from this. Now, the Financial Services Commission is supposed to have oversight on these kind of operations. And it was created pursuant to oversee the regulations of Jamaica's insurance, pension, and securities industries. And clearly it has not done a good job in this regard. It is reported that there's been questionable transactions at SSL for over 10 years. In fact, the FSC branded it a problem institution for over 5 years. Over 5 years, they called it a problem institution, yet they did not close it down. They allowed it to still operate. Therefore, I have to question the reasoning behind this decision to let it run. There are claims of major political connections with the top management of SSL for years. Could this have anything to do with anything? we've got to keep watching this space to see what unfolds. Now, SSL is not a lending institution, but there's word on the streets as to loans that were made to highly connected and prominent persons. No, it is not a lending institution. It's not made to give loans, but the streets are talking about loans that were used to build apartments and fancy houses and all that. Now, Bolt has claimed that the silence is deafening. I suspect he's referring to the silence of our political leaders. Now, check this. 2 former CEOs of SSL has come out to say that they weren't aware that Bolt was even a client. It's possible. But if it's true, it leads me to a number of questions. I would think that Bolt's portfolio would be one of the biggest portfolio this company has. Why wouldn't the top man know about this? When you have your socials forays and your flings and whatever, you invite your clientele. And you invite Bolt and sit down and talk to him to know what's going on. Now, it is said that investigators are making arrangements to charge a former manager who was said to be at the center, of the fraud scheme. A video has been circulating on social media of her using a walker to exit a vehicle. And immediately social media went into a frenzy saying she's pretending to be sick to throw people off, get some sympathy, whatever. Now, my sources have revealed to me that she's actually ill, and that she did recently did a surgery on her leg, which wasn't successful, making her partially incapacitated. Now, my sources are also saying that maybe this is the reason why the entire scheme got busted. That maybe she wasn't able to go to work, to do what she does, to fudge the books and the statements, and then somebody in her absence realized that it's not in a sense and sent out the actual thing and then busted the whole thing. This is the tip of the iceberg. The entrance to the cave. A big giant sinkhole, a big hole. And I am told that as digging increases, there will more to be revealed. I am told to watch the space. Now, Bolt is threatening legal action to get his money back. If his company is bankrupt, where are they going to get the money from to give back to Bolt? Fingers are being pointed at apartment complexes and big house, all sort of things. Now, I have been thinking, and this kind of brings me back to thinking about FinSac. The government chose to take the position that it took so as not to bring themselves into a FinSac, or to use FinSac as a scapegoat for whatever is going on. I am watching that to see how often FinSac will come into play, and the word FinSac will come into play, and see if it is used to say, hey, we didn't want to get here, that's why we didn't do this, or whatever. So, as the new tea lady over YouTube, the current lady says, more tea is coming to be spilled. And I don't know if it's Cersei or cup of tea or whatever, but some more tea, she says, is going to be spilled. Now, speaking of money, a wealth advisor of NCB, Ocherius, was recently arrested on suspicion of fraud amounting to over 140,000 US dollars. More fraud. Multi-million-dollar fraud of over 50 million Jamaican dollars was reported at the Knox Community College in Spalding, Clarendon. Then you had that to the allegations of fraud against Sagicor employees coming from back in 2022. It's a whole heap of stealing of money going on. And not from the folks you would think, or they don't have access to that kind of money. Now, corruption is also rampant. I mean, I know that the Auditor General, Pamela Monroe Ellis, is reporting that the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development breached government policy by inappropriately using funds from the Equalization Fund to purchase a 2021 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. Who get that vehicle in? And who approve it? And when it inappropriately is said. So this kind of thing going on from all angles. All angles. She's also reporting that despite repeated requests, the management of the police department, the police department failed to present 9 payment vouchers totaling over $10.2 million. The police department, all over the place, everything. I saw a story about some money, on the topic of money, some monies that Provident High School in Western Jamaica, Herbert Morrison Technical, received in 2019, a donation of $21,000. It was given by an alumni association from my neck of the woods, the Tri-State, to purchase a bus for the school. Now they're asking the school to return the money because the organization might be bankrupt, and they're claiming that the payment was not authorized. Now, my school in them, I don't work that out, because they give me money. Big presentation, big check, I'm afraid to go use it. No, if I've used it, I'm not going to come ask me if it, no, me not think it will work like that. I don't know how to get back the money there. I don't know Rasta, but me can't run the school in this at all. Now, the industry minister is Jamaica Business, is that the ministry is now called, I think? Albin Hill has ordered an independent operational audit on the National Compliance and Regulatory Authority, the NCRA, National Compliance and Regulatory Authority, and the Bureau of Standards Jamaica, after getting unsatisfactory reports on a series of government issues flagged by Gleaner probes. Senator Hill made the announcement on Thursday. A press conference scheduled for Friday was postponed. Over the last month, a series of Sunday Gleaner reports revealed, among other things, that NCRA head Laurice Edwards Brown authorized the release of substandard rice imported by Blue Zone Limited, a company owned by Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Chris Tufton.
Who? Dr. Tufton. Your name again? Wasn't there some claims during COVID of some nepotism with you and a company called Market Me? I'm sure there was some. What is going on? What is really going on? And in this climate of mistrust and uncertainties in the financial and banking sector, I see an investment and capital markets conference scheduled for Thursday to Friday of this week in Kingston, featuring the Prime Minister. Mr. Prime Minister, no timing in this climate, with all these thefts and things going on this time. I also see the Gleaner asking you, Mr. Prime Minister, the editor of the Gleaner, asking for you to publicly explain the difficulties that prevents the Integrity Commission from certifying your assets declaration from 2011. Your assets declaration cannot be verified. So, as Prime Minister, my assets value 10 million Jamaican dollars, and you submit that, and then say, wait, this doesn't make sense. Mr. Prime Minister, you are the top. You have to lead by example. Remember the things with your offshore companies and your taxes, and you have to lead by example, brother. Do better. Sort the thing out. Sort it out. You see, when I call up the youth them all the time for using guns and chopping the line, but it seems like it's really the educated, the connected, and the influential that is really scamming the country and chopping the lines. Now, that was a couple mouthful of money. So let me move away from money and corruption. Now, I see where there were protests outside the office of the CPFSA. I use a lot of those acronyms, which is the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, to force the resignation of the CEO of that organization. This is due to a report on the involvement of the CPFSA Association with a man called Carl Robansky of a US-based charity called Embracing Orphans. What's wrong with that? US people say they want to come help out some orphans. The problem there is Mr. Robansky has been charged with sexual crimes against minors in the US. And it is alleged that he has molested children under his care in Jamaica. So these people outside wanting justice. They want the head to be removed, to step down. I watched the minister in Parliament asking the head of the organization nicely, please, if you would step aside while the investigation. No, minister, you have to demand that and take it. She mustn't sit there so she can influence any form of investigation. And that's how it works. No, sir. Not at all. You have to fix that up. You have to get the lady out, sort out. I see you have discontinued some arrangements and stop some things. Yeah, that's fine. But you have to get to the bottom of this thing and fix it. Fix it. Now, one of the things we've been asking, or the whole bunch of Jamaicans been asking to be fixed for a while, and this is not a fix of it by any chance, is the mining in the copper country. And it's of very special interest to me of where I am from. So I've seen where the Supreme Court has blocked mining of lands linked to the copper country. And I read a quick. The Supreme Court today granted an order barring Noranda Jamaica Partners and New Day Aluminum Jamaica Limited from commencing or continuing any mining of lands some resident claims are in the copper country in St. Anne via special mining lease SML 173. The injunction is to remain in force until the claim brought by several residents in the area is heard and determined. Andrew, Prime Minister Honest, a long time people are beg you. And then you're supposed to beg you. The reason they will tell you about the dangers of mining in the copper country. So let's hope the Supreme Court will find the rule in the favor of these residents. Now, I see where the government, via Minister Malaw Ford, wants to move, and they want to move ahead with Jamaica becoming a republic. And pointing fingers at the opposition, saying the opposition hasn't submitted a team, and then the opposition came back saying, hey, you want to do more than just meet to remove the king. The Charter of Rights you want to change. So we want to know exactly what we're going to, what is on the agenda, what are things we're going to be discussing before we decide to. And I think that's a fair request. So tell them what I want to hear now, Minister. Tell them what I want to hear. So we don't want this to become political football. And we want Jamaica, I want Jamaica to finally move away from this monarchy. Really. I don't want to use it. I don't want to use it here. So let's get that going. Minister, provide information that they need and so they can have a meeting. Now, I want to move on to an area that I particularly enjoy, sports. Now, I did a video a few weeks back about the agreement between Jamaica Football Federation and Adidas. It's a good thing, right? Now I've seen where Chris Darren has been appointed to head the JFF Marketing Committee. That is, Senior Corporate Executive and Entrepreneur Chris Darren is the new head of the Jamaica Football Federation's Marketing Committee. Big kudos for that. Now, Darren, who represented Jamaican football at the under-19 levels, brings decades of corporate leadership experience to the job. He was one of the founders of the investment bank, Darren Bunting and Golding, along with Peter Bunting and Mark Golding, and served as Chief Marketing Executive of the West Indies Cricket Board, now West Indies Cricket, now Cricket West Indies, and CEO of the ICC Cricket World Cup 2007. Darren is also the CEO of Ready TV, a telecommunications company which focuses on subscription-based digital broadcast television, and it's the first of its kind in Jamaica. And creative and, creative. He is the latest high-profile corporate executive to be added to the JFF leadership team following the appointment of Dennis Strong as General Secretary. Now, Chris, I want to wish you all the best. There's potential, there's significant potential. Not an easy task, but there is significant potential. Go in them on. Deal with the thing, do it. And for starters, one of my pet peeves is get a website up and running. Get it up and running. www.jamaicafootballfederation.com. Get it up and running like the last 10 years. It is critical. Impatient of debate. And I see where Coach Al Grimson has called a squad of local based players, including some schoolboys. And I like that, because I'm not a fan of running into England to pick up players all over the place and drop them in. And one of the things that helped us to qualify for France 98 was that the bulk of the team was based locally, so they could stay in camps, local camps, for months. We can't do that now with all of the players that we have abroad, because the club now them get released a couple times for international duty. That's it. So I like the thing. Look at your locals and see what you can get out of them, and see if we can develop a style of play and a Jamaican thing. And yeah, we deal with the thing, man. Now, I noticed Jamaican women's world record on the 24 by 100 meters has been ratified by World Athletics. It says Jamaica women's world on the 24 by 100 record that was set at last year's World Athletics under 20 Championships in Colombia has been ratified by World Athletics. World Athletics announced on Monday on its website that the 42.59 seconds clocked by Serena Cole, Tina Clayton, Karika Hill, and Tia Clayton to win the gold medal in Cali, Colombia on August 5th last year has been officially ratified. The quartet beat the time of 42.94 seconds set by the same foursome a year earlier at the World Under 20 Championship in Nairobi, Kenya. World Athletics has said the time could not be recognized as the world record, as only 3 of the 4 runners were drug tested by the Jamaican Drug Testing Authorities. Now we're glad that that has been sorted out. One more to Jamaica. Now, Premier League, and those who know me know, yeah, I'm a big fanatic of the Premier League. Arsenal, them Gunners, is still on top after maybe having their best season in 19 years, and they're still on top. And they are followed by the 2 Manchester teams. So let's see how that pans out. My team, Chelsea, has been struggling. We are 10th in the table. But we have a spate of injuries. They're coming back to active duty. We've signed a bunch of new players recently, and I'm excited. This won't be our year, but I'm excited for next year and the future. So let's go Blues. Come on. Now, entertainment. Last night was the final night of the 29th staging of Rebel Salute. So congrats to Tony. I have been an ardent supporter of Rebel Salute over the years, from Brooks Park in Mandeville to down at the Backside Company in St. Elizabeth. So we've been supporting them for many, many years. And the long drive back after the concerts, but it was all good to get some good entertainment, some wholesome entertainment. So by all accounts, it was well attended and well executed. Your performances from veterans plus new school artists, some that you would not expect to see on a Rebel Salute stage. So Tony, big up for exposing some of the artists to make them learn to perform and do something more than just run up and put. You know what I mean, sir? I see Coffee has been getting some bashing from sections of the dancehall community for a collab she did recently. No self-proclaimed or self-styled defender of righteousness, Mr. Footer Eye, is leading the charge. And in a one PFI, left, right, center, nobody in ease of everybody. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. Now, Coachella, big music festival, happens every year in California in Coachella Valley. It's held over 2 weekends, and for this year, Chelsea is able to perform. Okay, congrats on that. Previous Jamaicans who have performed at Coachella include Skip Marley, Chronix and Protege, Lee Scratch Perry, and Damian Junagong, who I think has performed 3 times. Now, I did mention the tea lady before, the lady named Shelly and Coram, I think. She's on YouTube creating all kind of rocks and spilling all kind of tea and all and sundry in dancehall and Jamaica and crazy things. Crazy. Big woman. Big woman. Crazy, crazy thing. Now, I saw a flyer on Instagram promoting a concert, a festival in Jamaica. It's called Lost in Time Festival at Oak Gardens. It features Protege and his crew, Lila IT, Jesse Royal, Mortimer, etc. Now, I'm a big fan, a really huge fan of Mortimer. So when I looked at the flyer, I minded it. I felt like how Sizzler feels when you look at the plaque where DJ Khaled for them. So how Mortimer named so little bit. Or the fan so little bit. Nah, take the disrespect, because Mortimer body of work and show Protege. Show Mortimer in due respect. Don't make him take some things and mash them and smash them and light them and bury them. Protect me, artists. You understand? Now, moving from that, we've had a few well-known Jamaicans who've passed away over the past 3 weeks. The ones I can remember, I'm sure I missed some of them. Ambassador Richard Bernal, who was an economist and a diplomat, passed away. Condolences to his family. Former Commissioner of Police Lucius Thomas, who I met after he left the police force and had a sojourn into politics. I met him, and really decent human being. And again, my condolences goes out to his family as well. Now, Joe Mercer Marley, son of Stephen Marley, grandchild of Bob Marley, was buried last Tuesday. His funeral service was held at the Bob Marley Museum, and his funeral procession stopped in Trenchtown in remembrance of his granddaddy. His body was interred in 9 Miles in St. Anne, where his granddad body is. I'm sure many births have been recorded. We can't talk about death and talk about births now. So many births have been recorded over since 2023. Holy countless, I guess. But on New Year's Day, there was a teenager who gave birth, I think at KPH, and there was a celebration, including government minister. I'm sure she was left with some egg on her face. Why we celebrate life? Why we celebrate life? We don't celebrate or publicize that of a teenager. You know what I'm saying? A teenager giving birth is not something that we celebrate. So check it before you step next time, Minister. Now, on a ray of good hope today for me, I got 22 cents on a stranger. I went into a establishment to purchase a few small items. The cost was 22 cents. And he says, "Are you gonna pay?" I'm like, "I'm put my card in there." He's like, "I got you, man. Don't worry about it." Respect. So, until next week, when I have to review week number 4, I want to wish you all the blessings of the universe, peace, happiness, and protection. And until we meet again, stay safe. One love. And remember, like, subscribe, and share. And see you next week. Blessings.
Thanks for watching.